I got one last piece I made on this month, which I wanted to share with you the process. As always, I start with some rough 3Ds, and this time I go really simple. I just put in some blocks and I imagine they are houses. I'm trying to create I really don't know at that point what I really didn't know what at that point what I wanted to do. I explored some ideas with some height maps, and then I tried to put some blocks here and there and see if I can match something interesting compositionally. And yeah, basically I'm just doing that. And pretty early on, I think I felt that I found something which I really enjoy, but I turned out to do something a little bit slightly completely different, because right now I decided that I wanted to put my focal point on that tower in the back, and yeah, wanted to create some sort of city by the sea or something like that. But I ended up doing something a little bit more simpler. So while I was browsing some references, I decided to I found some really simple, some interesting medieval houses, and I wanted to draw something inspired by them. So that's what I did. And yeah, so I'm pretty much at this point blocking again, sketching some the layout of the houses, how I want them to look like more or less, and see if that works. And if not, I can always modify and adjust them. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, as you can see. Yeah, so in the end, this piece turned out to be some sort of village by the lake. Again, nothing really complicated. More and more I'm actually turning away from line art, and I'm trying to add colors to my sketches and make them more alive. I noticed that you guys enjoyed my first color sketch, and I enjoyed doing it as well, and I'd like to get comfortable coloring my pieces, since I always delayed that part, or actually, you know, made excuses not to color my pieces. And I really want to push my rendering skills up a little bit, and I want to feel more comfortable you know, rendering my pieces. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do with those daily drawings. So yeah, by the way, I think it's worth mentioning that I'll have a little bit less time from now on to do those dailies, but I really try to keep them coming at least once every 2 days. The reason for that is that I got some really exciting jobs as a freelancer, and I want to give my all, man. Like, um, I'm not sure if it's safe to say right now, but you will pretty much soon. If you follow me on Facebook and stuff like that, you will. I'm gonna have them posted once I believe it's safe to announce them. But just want to say that it's movie studio. It's a pretty big one. I think everybody heard about it, and I've been commissioned to do some environment concept art. So yeah, man, it's really exciting, and I can't wait to start actually. So I'll be starting from August, and yeah, but I'll try to keep those coming as well. I don't really want to slack off with them. I enjoy doing them. It actually, I think most of my big jobs came because of this habit of mine of drawing those environments, or actually whatever, because when I was drawing 1,000 poses and heads, I was getting a lot of character concept jobs, and I enjoy that a lot. But because of my architecture and engineering background, you know, my true love is designing buildings and environments, and basically creating worlds. I, in my, from my perspective, I can illustrate and I can tell a bigger picture by doing environments. So that's pretty much what keeps me going. You know, when I design a character, I feel like you know, now I have to design the environment as well, and maybe some companions and stuff like that. But when I design an environment, that world itself speaks its own language. So I think that I hope that makes sense to you. Maybe it's not, but yeah, I'm just trying to say that I enjoy a little bit more environments, and I try to get jobs more based on them, and yeah, stuff like that. So back to this sketch. I'm pretty much almost halfway done cleaning the sketch. I'm trying to see if I should add or remove some stuff, because line art on itself, even if you don't have colors and or gray tones or stuff like that, people should be able to understand, you know, even from the line art, that that's a plant, that's wood, and that's some different materials. So from time to time I close the sketch layer and I try to look if everything looks good, if the amount of detail is pleasing to the eye and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, I think there's pretty much not more to say about this piece, except that maybe I forgot to record the last part, which is actually putting the colors themselves. Yeah, so you're just gonna see me doing this video consists only of doing the full line art and putting some big flat shapes beneath them to separate a little bit the background, midground, and foreground. So yeah, but I'll make sure to share the last result, the finished result, at the end. So yeah, again, not much else to say on this piece. I'm just trying to put here and there some details. And actually, while I was drawing this, I was thinking that you know, since I enjoy doing architecture, I'd like to see how much I can stretch and push and come up with new crazy designs. So expect that from me in my future sketches, because so far I've been doing more or less generic architecture with slightly, you know, exaggerations. And for example, those houses are a little bit cartoony and a little bit cuter, but that's also because of the color palette that I plan to add and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd like to see how how far I can stretch my architecture, and how much, see basically what's the limit of, you know, this is how much, this is what looks good, and beyond that looks bad and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have some experiments, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy them, and I'm gonna do some hopefully good pieces. And yeah, but I think this is gonna be for this piece. There's just a few more details which I'm adding here and there, and I'm putting the windows, and you know, just adding the main details and stuff like that. So thank you guys for you know, support, and for, you know, always liking my stuff, and you know, it really means a lot. It helps me, and it keeps me pushing, and I'm happy that at least, you know, a few of you are willing to watch those videos, even a little bit, because I really want to push myself to be able to narrate better, and be a better teacher, and yes, you know, so it's gonna take a little bit until I'm gonna get comfortable speaking to you via YouTube, and yeah, so for those of you who are willing to listen until the end, thank you a lot, and I always appreciate if you can leave a comment or a critique or stuff like that, with things which can help me become better, and share better content and stuff with you. So yeah, again, thank you, and I'll see you on my next video, which is gonna be next month. So yeah, bye bye.